Hello, everyone, and welcome to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host, Sam, and you're watching Daily Immigration Dose. Napasa, you there?
Hello, everyone.
You there?
Hi, welcome everyone to Immigration Talk Show, and this is Daily Immigration Dose. So I'm Napasa, friends, and very happy to welcome you. And before we head on, we have this important disclaimer. So that is by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend; it's just a casual exchange of ideas.
That's right. And friends, make sure that we are live on YouTube and on X as well, and available on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on Instagram as well. So do follow us on these many platforms and make sure that if you haven't subscribed to us yet, then do it right now. Okay, and today the topic is again a very important one and a very different one because President Trump administration has come up with something very new and very, I would say, a different thing. And our topic is about that only, friends. That is, why is the US paying migrants $1,000 to leave? And what you need to know about self deportation. So, of course, there are so many questions that are coming up in your mind, and so many confusion, so many queries. But feel free to drop them in the comment section because we are here, me with my co-host, and we are going to have a discussion on this topic. And we would love to have your queries or your doubts on the comment section. So, I think Napasa, without any further ado, let's go ahead with our very news update. So, please proceed.
Sure, Sam, it'll be my pleasure. And sadly, I think it's not a very, very great news. Cinco de Mayo, which is celebrated every year, otherwise, is sort of facing a pause, amid immigration tensions. And yes, Americans across the country came together on Monday, yesterday, May 5th, to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, honoring Mexico's historic victory over French forces at the Battle of Puebla. Well, the day was marked with the festive parades, traditional music, cultural attire, and colorful floats highlighting the rich contributions of Mexican American heritage. But, the celebrations unfolded under a cloud of tension, as many communities expressed concern over the ongoing immigration raids and crackdowns under President Trump's administration. And with fears growing among undocumented immigrants, the festivities served as both a celebration and a quiet act of resilience. So, experts remind us that Cinco de Mayo is not just about tacos and tequila, it's a day to reflect on bravery, cultural pride, and the enduring strength of the Mexican American community. That was my news update, Sam. Over to you.
All right, and that was a very important news, friends. Okay, so this is a news that is like a bit relief and a quite happy news for Indian students as well, especially those who are planning to study in the US. Let's see what it is. So, the US Embassy in India has just announced that thousands of student visa appointments are now open across all of Mission India. That's right. This means if you are applying for a student visa, then you are available. I mean, you will get visa appointments available this time, and now is a great time to book your visa slots. The embassy made this announcement on Monday and even shared a link to check visa appointment availability by country. There's also a digital poster from the embassy that says that thousands of student visa appointments are available across Mission India. So you can go ahead and check out this social media post and you'll get the confirmation over there. This shows how serious the US is about welcoming Indian students as well. Earlier, US Ambassador to India Eric Garcetti said that student visas are a top priority because the connection between the people of both countries lasts a lifetime. In fact, in 2023, the US issued over 1.4 lakh student visas to Indian students and more than any other country in the world. So that's a great record and a great news as well. So, friends, if you are a student or know someone who is a student and want to study in the US, then I think this is a great time. Go ahead, look for your visa slots, and you'll get a chance, act fast, and grab your visa slots then and there. So this is the news from my end, and now I think That's all, friends. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Okay, Napasa, so talking about today's topic, I think it will be better if you can just give a brief or a little intro about the topic. Sorry, Napasa, but you were mute.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm so sorry. It was on my end. So what I was saying is, as we all know that, especially under our President Trump's administration, we have been facing a lot of changes. And of course, there has been immigration crackdown. There have been raids, deportations, rounds and rounds of it ever since he joined office over the last 100 days and more. We have been seeing a lot of it happening. And now, instead of being forced to deport or, you know what I mean, right? Putting them in detention centers and getting people ready to be deported from the country.
Mhm.
Now, the administration is giving everybody a chance, especially the undocumented ones or people out of status, to help themselves by deporting. And when they do so, they will be paid, $1,000 for that.
Yeah.
And also, like we hear that they will also be paid for, the fares to go back. So that this is very interesting, because otherwise it's a very, very expensive procedure, the whole deportation process, and in
Mhm.
doing so, actually it's like a win situation for everybody, especially even the Trump's administration, because they're going to be saving a lot of money. It's like cost cutting, or rather saving up a lot of money, which could be utilized for better things in the country. And of course, at the same time, giving migrants a chance, especially if they are out of status or undocumented, that
Mhm.
they don't have to go through the, I would say, I don't know about unjust, but we have heard so much about, because when they're deported, they're being tied as if they're criminals, right? They have a chance not to be deported in that way.
Mhm.
So I think this is a good thing, and we will talk more, I mean, as we discussed today. So, Sam, why don't you really tell us maybe just what is self deportation first, or how does it go about?
Sure, absolutely. So I think the introduction you have given it in a very great way, and we understood, what the news is all about and what's happening right now. And self-deportation simply means, people or the immigrants, those who are staying in the U.S. Illegally, they have to self-deport themselves. So they are going to get this time some benefits as well. Like earlier, what used to happen, they have to go with the whole deportation process, and that was very costly, and that was very mentally also that was very disturbing. But this time the administration has come up with something new, and they are planning to have more and more self deportation from the illegal immigrants by introducing also a new app, that is CBP home app. So this is the very first step for the process of the self deportation. So let's understand what is CBP1 home app, CBP home app, sorry. So, CBP Home app is now actually introduced by Trump administration, but earlier it was also introduced by Biden's administration, that was named as CBP One app. So, CBP Home is actually a rebranded version of an older app called CBP One app. And if we talk about the purpose, then earlier CBP One app, the main purpose was to schedule entry appointments into the US. That means immigrants, those who want to enter to the US, they have to book appointments through this app. And now it's completely opposite. CBP Home app is for those people who want to deport themselves. So it's a proper contrasting thing we can see in these app. And also by using this app, they are going to inform the government that yes, they are planning to return to their home country. So the main agenda, the main purpose of this app is this only. And now the question is that who qualifies for this? You must be living in the US without legal status. That means only the illegal immigrants have can use this app. And most importantly, that you shouldn't be involved in any national, anti-national things, or there shouldn't be any threat to public safety. Then only you're going to use this app, and then only you're going to self deport yourself. Otherwise you have to stay behind the bars. Also, what does the government offer through the app? Now this is the main question. Firstly, there will be a free plane ticket to your home country. Secondly, there will be $1,000 cash payment to help you settle once you return. And thirdly, of course, if you're going to self deport yourself, then maybe your arrest procedure, maybe your deportation procedure, you'll be free from all of those. And that's a big relief. So now the thing is how you can apply through the CBP Home app. So firstly, you have to download CBP Home app and you'll get the access. Then you have to notify to DHS and let them know that yes, you are willingly ready to leave the US country, and then DHS will going to review your request and arrange travel assistance. And after arranging travel assistance, you will be going back to your home country. And after that, not only you're just going to go back to your home country with getting the plane tickets, but also you'll get $1,000 cash from the administration. And I think, Nepasa, this is going to be helpful for the immigrants because earlier, they have to go with the deportation process. That was very stressful, not only for the immigrant side, but also for the government side because there were so many process, so many, so much money they have to spend on that. So this
Correct.
will be a little easy for both the ends, a little convenient too. What do you have to say?
Correct, Sam. I think nothing better. Like I was saying earlier, it's like it's a good situation for both the parties, whether you talk about the administration, the government,
Mhm.
or you talk about the person who needs to be deported, the migrants without a status, without a proper status to be in the US, rather, I'd say. So, yes, you've put it right. But before that, friends, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. Check us out. We are on YouTube, and right now we are live on YouTube and also on X. But you can also check us out. We are on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram, of course. So connect with us, follow us, and stay in touch with us. And maybe why not tell us also about some topics you would like us to cover and join us for this discussion program, friends. The lines are open. You can call in by dialing this number 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. So yeah, coming back to our discussion, if you think about why is the US really offering money and also travel assistance to migrants,
Mhm.
because at first glance, like Sam was already seeing, it's financial help to people who are in the country illegally, and it might seem odd. It may be why everybody is actually questioning, why is this happening, but DHS says that it's actually a way to save money, because right now it costs the government about $17,000, which is huge, to arrest and then detain and also deport one undocumented person, that is. So it's very expensive, if when you think about it, because you have to deport not just one but so many others on the list, right? So many thousands of them. So
Mhm.
yes, now what's happening, I mean, when you talk about that whole process, it includes legal processing, then transportation, and sometimes even long stays in detention centers. So by actually allowing people, to leave voluntarily with a paid flight and also $1,000 stipend. I think this is really, really great because the cost drops significantly, So where 17,000 and where 1,000 plus flight tickets. So I think this is a good way to save money for the US as well. And yes, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, says that it could cut deportation expenses by around 70%. Like I was saying, it's huge. And the program also really helps reduce, the pressure on law enforcement and makes the process safer for both officers and the migrants as well. So it's about encouraging people to leave on their own instead of waiting, for the forced action,
Yeah.
which nobody has liked so far. When we look back at all these deportation news we had in the past, whichever country you may talk about, India, for instance, since we covered a lot of news for about Indians getting deported. Nobody liked the whole situation or the way they were deported. I mean, there was so much critical comments, right? About being
Yeah.
shackled, being tied down, not being allowed to even use the washroom, and this and that, so much in the list. So imagine getting rid of all of that, and also, you have a chance to get $1,000 stipend, and I think this is a good situation for. It's a smart situation, a smart way how DHS has come up with it. I think yes, I would
That's
say
right.
that.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's right. And absolutely agree with it because this is the way, as administration, President Trump administration has also come up with this motive only, that they are going to have a mass deportation, right? And having mass deportation, I think it's not that easy that every street they are going to go with one officer, going to find out the illegal one, then going to review the whole process, the case, when did that person came, and what happened, what to do with that person, and then spending so much money to deport them. So it will be a very long process, a very hectic one, and of course, a lot of money will be there. So it is a very smart way, and easier for both the sides. But friends, that's not all, because there are some disadvantages as well that I'm going to let in front of you. So you just stay tuned, be connected with us, and let me share some another insights with you. So let me talk about firstly that who is going to benefit from self deportation. So, firstly, migrants who no longer want to stay in the US. And that's very well sure. People, those who think that they may feel that it's safer or better to return to their home country, they can self deport themselves. And this is a great opportunity for them as well, because, their expenses will also be saved. And self deporting lets them leave on their own terms instead of waiting for an arrest or any court order. Second, it is going to benefit those people who doesn't have a very strong case to stay. And that's very right, because if someone is likely to lose their case, maybe any asylum case or any other case, then it's better to self-deport themselves instead of waiting for such a long time and just delaying the process. And also, it is going to benefit those who want to avoid a deportation record. Now, this is another very important thing, because Nepasa, whenever the deportation happens, that comes on the record of that immigrant. And that will be little difficult for their future visa approval, right? Because
right.
I mean, nobody wants to have that negative mark on their papers. But if they're going to have self deportation, then this is going to save them from this, having this negative mark, because
Yes.
this will show that yes, they have came through any process, and they have self deported themselves, and they are willingly leaving the whole country.
Correct.
So this is not going to have any difference of opinion in your future visa. You will be able to reapply for a visa later with a clean record, and that's very important. And next is that it is going to benefit US government because that's for sure. Of course, the illegal immigrants, they do have different benefits, but the ultimate point of relief is to US government themselves only, because they are going to they are going to achieve their goals sooner and easier as well, because deportation is very expensive, and as Nepalsa has also mentioned, that it takes around $17,000 somewhere, right, in the deportation process.
Right.
And that's huge. That's not possible to spend so many illegal immigrants, and to spend so much each one of them. So
It
instead,
becomes like a super very expensive, and imagine so much. It could be like, they could do that to a smaller group of people, like because of lack of funds later, and it will not be fair, because if a group of people is treated like that, I think everybody in a situation like that should be treated in the same way. Otherwise it'll become biased or unfair, you know what I mean, right? And just because of lack of funds. So I think this is very, very smart, I would say, really, and good one for, I mean, DHS, the Trump administration, and yeah.
that's right. And also, if we look at the ICE department, then it's also going to reduce the number of people that the ICE has to track or detain. So it will be easier for the government also, for the ICE department also, and basically for everyone, not only for one set of group. So these were the benefits, Nepalsa. Now I also want to talk about how this new program can hurt people as well, because this is also very important part of the story to understand. So,
Sure.
migrants who have pending immigration cases, this is going to hurt them. Let's understand. Because immigration experts warn that leaving the US can be little risky for those people whose case are in the middle. For example, if you have applied for asylum case or any visa application, and if there you are in the process of that case, and if you're going to self-deport yourself, then you might lose that case. Maybe if you have chances of winning, but if you are taking a decision to self-deport, then you might lose the chance, and you are also scheduled for an immigration court hearing. So I think these two can be the situations that will be little might hurt the migrants. So in this type of situation, I would suggest to get in touch with immigration attorney, because they are going to guide you and let you guys know, what is the correct way to self deport yourself and when to self deport yourself. Secondly, it is also going to hurt families who has mixed immigration status. Most of the time, the pasa, what happens, parents are undocumented, their children are documented. So this is a mixed immigration status. So what happens, maybe if parents are undocumented, they have to self deport themselves, and children, those who are not undocumented, then they will stay in the US. But that's not going to happen because there will be family separation over there. So this will be little challenging and tough time for children and for families as well.
Mhm.
So this is again going to be little disadvantage and may hurt these types of immigrants as well. And also people who have who doesn't have legal advice, because many don't understand the legal risk of self deportation as well, and without a lawyer they might unknowingly lose their chance, to stay or even face bans from coming back. And ultimately, I would suggest it is a very right thing to do is to get in touch with immigration attorney. And most of the times there are different procedures, different requirements, and different consequences also, how you're going to self deport yourself. This is not just the simple process that we have explained. Of course, there are internal so many things that happen, but when you'll go through it, you will find new challenges. So it's better to always get an advice from the immigration experts, because they are the one who are really going to guide you and show you the right path. So I think,
Absolutely,
yeah,
Sam, and I think it's well put. And no matter what the situation, and like you were saying, like it's going to be hurting a group of people, or these, I mean, the ones you mentioned just recently. Sooner or later, they are definitely going to be hurt. They're going to have to pay for the I mean, face the consequences because of their status, right? Because they didn't act sooner. Why did they have to wait for so long? They are, one day or another, they will have to face that situation anyway. But they have this chance, and I think, yes, best thing and the best way is to consult with an immigration attorney, because every case is different, and not self deportation is always the option that you have. You may have other options, better options, who knows. So, yes, consult with an attorney and be guided on the right path.
that's right. And Napasa, we do have a viewer here. So hi, Christopher. Thank you so much for joining us. It's so good to see your comment. Okay, let me go ahead. Those who take up the offer could one day be offered a legal pathway to return to the US. Trump told reporters the same day. How true could this be? Okay, I think of course that's rightly put, and the one those who are going to take up the legal pathway are definitely able to reapply. Even the people those who are going to self deport themselves, they will also have a cleaner record. So I think that's fair enough, and that's how the US is always welcome to immigrants. So there's nothing to worry and there's nothing to panic. Okay, there's another comment from Christopher. So I think Napasa, why don't you go ahead and take it up?
Sure. Aaron Rachlin Melnick, a senior fellow at American Immigration Council, which advocates for immigrants, said there's a lot of migrants to be cautious about in this latest offer from Homeland Security. Absolutely, everybody has to be, and like we just said some time back, it's best to consult with an immigration attorney to be guided on the right path, because every case is different, and who knows, you would also have a better option other than self deportation. But like I said, friends, people out of status, people whose documents are not updated, please do not wait for things to happen. I don't know what are you waiting for. No more procrastination. Please get things done for yourself, for the benefit of you. Nobody else is going to benefit from it. It's only you.
That's right. That's right.
So I
And
think that said, Sam, I also wanted to really talk about a couple of things before we go. And of course, if you think about what the US government's current immigration approach is, then um, this program gives us a clearer picture when you talk about immigration policy and where it's really heading, because
Mhm.
it's a move toward voluntary compliance over enforcement rates. Imagine, like, nobody likes to be raided, right? Like, just imagine, like, you being checked. It just feels so unright, right? So why wait for that to happen? If there's anything, is like better say it like right now only, and rather than, and also like focus on mass arrests and deportations. This new approach actually encourages, I think, undocumented migrants to leave quietly and willingly, while still maintaining strong enforcement messages and messaging, right? Because we spoke earlier in this session today that you will still have a chance to come back if you leave willingly right now in a better way than be forced and have that red mark on your you know
Yeah.
your past visa experiences or immigration experiences. So I think yes, things could be better for most people this way. And it also shows that the government is actually looking for cheaper and less confrontational ways to manage the large undocumented population. Because otherwise what could happen, like Sam, we spoke earlier, right? So many people are already deported, but so many others have to still be deported, but due to lack of funds, even people who are to be deported, if they're not deported, it just becomes like the government is biased, right? Which is not true.
Mhm. That's
So I think
Of course,
yes.
and there are so many cases that are still pending. It's not 1 year, 2 years, but so many years that the same case is there and same people are there, same immigrants are there. So I think the process is becoming very extensive, and it's the process are becoming dealing. So it's better to have something like this program because it's really going to be helpful for both the people.
Right, right. And I think it's just the beginning. It just came up yesterday. So I think friends will have to wait and watch if, in case you're still wondering, like Christopher is saying, how true could this be? I think, Christopher, we should wait a couple of days and see, because I'm sure there will be people who will take up this offer as well. So let's wait, watch, and see what happens. And maybe then decide for the rest of us, whoever wants to leave the country willingly. So, yes, for that, also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show, because we will keep you updated even on this news update. Also, the
Yeah.
$1,000 and a flight ticket back home and the CPP Home app, right?
Mhm.
So, go check it out, read out more, and learn more, and watch out our space to get to know more about this. Well, quickly, I'll read out David's comment. Hi, David. Thank you for joining. We were just ending, but yes, David is saying many people appreciate Trump's strong leadership style, with one respondent praising his ability to get things done and not care what his opponents think. Well, yes, I think it's President Trump after all, and he is strong. We can already see his last 100 days and more, what not he has done to show how strong he is, or what leadership power he has. So I think the actions speak, and also his words speak louder. So let's see, and thank you, David, once again for joining us.
That's right. And I think that's all for today's episode, friends. It was really great connecting with you all, Christopher, David. Thank you so much for your comment. And with that, friends, don't forget that we are live on YouTube and Twitter and available on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on Instagram as well. Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. We'll be coming back tomorrow with another very exciting topic that is lined up just for you. So please go ahead and participate in tomorrow's daily immigration dose at 4 p.m. EDT as well. Till then, I'm Sam with my co-host Nipasa Pradhan signing off for now. Goodbye, everyone, and take care.
Have a good day.